Imagine this. On your 3-year anniversary, instead of a loving surprise, it says, you get a video of your girlfriend getting absolutely destroyed by some ripped guy from the neighborhood gym. That's exactly what happened to me. Brittany, my ex, sent it with a smug text. How you're feeling right now is how I felt when you glanced at that waitress last month. Pathetic, right? I froze, staring at the screen, my world shattering in seconds. But fast forward a year, and she's the one breaking down in our old diner's parking lot, begging for mercy, while her family hauls her away like yesterday's trash. Let me back up. Brittany was the queen of my universe. Beautiful, charming, the kind of woman who turned heads everywhere. We had plans, marriage, kids, the whole dream. But that anniversary video, it wasn't just cheating. It was a calculated gut punch. She filmed it in our favorite spot, moaning his name louder than she'd ever said mine, then hit send with emojis laughing at my pain. "You're too weak to handle real passion," she mocked when I called, her voice dripping with fake pity. I didn't scream or beg. I went silent, plotting in the shadows. A year later, she texts me out of nowhere. "We need to talk. Meet at Joe's Diner?" She struts in like she owns the place, mini skirt hugging her curves, fake lashes batting as she scans for admirers. "Wow, Alex, you actually showed. Guess your life's still as empty as your bed." She cackles, flipping her hair, then launches into her apology tour. But it's all bullshit, scrolling through her phone, showing off conquests. Meet Derek, the CEO who knows how to hit spots you couldn't find with a map. And Jason with his yacht. His package makes yours look like a joke. Each photo stabs deeper, her eyes gleaming with cruelty, probing for my breaking point. Aw, still pining for me? Even my loser sister Charlotte snagged a guy. Clingy bitch thinks her fake smiles fool everyone. Bitterness seeps out. She's always hated Charlotte's quiet grace. "You're probably dying alone, huh? No wonder, no muscle, no game." She pinches my arm, spits her coffee in fake laughter. I could have crushed her with one word, but I held back, channeling Charlotte's empathy. Brittany leans in, whispering, "Did I ruin you that bad? You're not even fighting back." God, more spineless than ever. Then she crosses the line, pulls out the necklace I saved 6 months' pay for, our anniversary gift. Meant to return this trash. She snaps it in half, grinds the pieces under her stiletto. "My new guy got me diamonds. A real man provides." Her phone buzzes. Charlotte calling. Brittany snarls, declines. What does perfect Charlotte want? Brag about her promotion or her mystery boyfriend? I twist my engagement ring under the table, zoning out as she rants. That's when she spots it. The ring. Her eyes bulge. "You're engaged? To who? Some desperate chick?" I smile calmly. "It's Charlotte." Time stops. Her face pales to ghost white, hands trembling as she grabs her phone, scrolling Charlotte's Instagram. There it is. The photo posted that morning. Charlotte's hand sparkling with the ring. Caption, "Marrying my soulmate soon." Brittany's scream echoes through the diner. "How long have you been screwing my whore sister?" Patrons stare as she hurls her water glass at me. I dodge, walk out, heart pounding with sweet revenge. But that was just the spark. The real firestorm? Our beach wedding, where Brittany's psycho side exploded into full view. Our wedding was supposed to be a dream. Sunset on Miami Beach, waves crashing softly. Close friends and family gathered under string lights. Charlotte had poured her heart into every detail. Seashell centerpieces, a live band playing our favorite songs, even a custom cake shaped like a sandcastle. She invited Brittany despite everything, hoping for some family reconciliation. People can change, Charlotte said, her optimism shining through. I wasn't so sure, but I trusted her judgment. The ceremony started perfectly. Vows exchanged with tears in our eyes, rings slipping on fingers, the officiant pronouncing us husband and wife. Guests cheered as we kissed, the ocean breeze carrying petals across the sand. But then chaos erupted. Gasps rippled through the crowd as Brittany stormed the aisle in a white gown identical to Charlotte's. Same flowing lace, same veil, down to the pearl embroidery. She wobbled forward, high heels sinking into the sand, clutching a champagne flute sloshing over. Oops! Forgot the no white rule for guests, she slurred loudly, her voice amplified by the wind. Heads turned. Phones came out recording. Charlotte's face crumpled, her dream shattering in real time. Brittany didn't stop there. She grabbed the microphone from the band during toasts, swaying drunkenly. Time for some real talk about this happy couple, she announced, her words slurring into venom. She dove into graphic details of our past, my inadequacies in bed, exaggerated stories of fights, even claiming I'd cheated first. He's settling for my sloppy seconds, my sister, the desperate one who stole him. The best man lunged for the mic, but not before half the guests sat in stunned silence, my elderly aunt covering her ears. Security dragged her away as she kicked sand, screaming obscenities, but the damage lingered. Charlotte excused herself to the bridal suite, sobbing into her veil. I found her there, mascara streaking her cheeks. Why does she hate us so much? She whispered. We tried salvaging the reception, dancing under the stars, cutting the cake, but whispers followed us. Brittany had spiked the punch bowl with something strong. Several guests got sick. One uncle passing out on the beach. Photos of the drama went viral on social media that night, tagged with our wedding hashtag. By morning, our honeymoon flight was overshadowed by texts from concerned relatives. We thought the beach fiasco was the peak, but it was just Brittany's opening act. Back in Chicago, the harassment exploded. First came the deepfakes, nude images of Charlotte circulating anonymously to her co-workers, edited to look real. Her boss called her in, awkward questions about professionalism. Then our car's tires slashed in the underground garage, traitor keyed into the paint with jagged letters. Anonymous threats flooded our phones. You'll pay for stealing what's mine. Brittany showed up at Charlotte's office lobby, pretending to deliver flowers, but really cornering her in the elevator with hissed accusations. You think you're better? I'll make sure everyone knows you're a homewrecker. The stalking intensified. Grocery runs turned into nightmares. She'd appear in aisles, photographing our cart, muttering loud enough for others to hear. Look at the thieves stalking their love nest. At my gym, she dated my trainer briefly, pumping him for my schedule, then dumped him with threats to expose his steroid use if he didn't spy. Emails bombarded Charlotte's inbox, twisted stories painting me as abusive, details only Brittany knew from our past. Coworkers got copies too, sowing doubt. One night, we caught her on our building's security cam, trying the door with a crowbar at 2 a.m., face masked, but her distinctive tattoo peeking out. Panic set in. We changed locks, installed more cameras, varied routines, but she infiltrated everything. Joined Charlotte's yoga class, partnering with her to whisper insults during poses. Called my boss, posing as Charlotte, claiming I was unstable and needed watching. Even our therapist's waiting room, she booked the slot after hours, feigning surprise. Fancy seeing the happy couple here. Trouble in paradise already. Her eyes gleamed with madness. Allies emerged unexpectedly. Brittany's ex, Ryan, texted me. She's done this before, blackmailed me into silence. He shared proof, videos of her rehearsing rants in mirrors, walls plastered with his scratched-out photos. More victims surfaced, high school boyfriends, college flings, all with similar tales of obsession turning to terror. We compiled evidence, screenshots, footage, statements. The pattern was chilling. Love bombing, betrayal, then relentless destruction when rejected. One evening, Brittany cornered Charlotte alone in a parking lot, knife glinting in her hand. "You took him. Now I'll take everything," Charlotte screamed. Passers-by called cops. That night, we filed reports, but proof was thin without direct threats caught on tape. Fear gripped us tighter. Sleep became impossible. Every shadow suspect. Yet through it, Charlotte and I grew closer, our bond forged in fire. "We'll beat this," she vowed, hand on mine. But deep down, I wondered how far Brittany would go before breaking us. Or herself. The knife incident was our breaking point. Brittany's arrest that night was brief. She posted bail within hours, claiming it was a misunderstanding. But the restraining order papers were filed the next morning. We thought legal boundaries might deter her, but it only fueled her fire. Emails hacked next. Our private messages leaked to mutual friends, twisted with added lies about affairs and abuse. Charlotte's promotion at work? Sabotaged by anonymous tips to her HR, alleging embezzlement with forged receipts Brittany must have created. My freelance clients receive doctored reviews, calling me unreliable and dangerous. We traced it back. Her IP address sloppy in the metadata. Break-ins escalated. One dawn, alarms blared. Footage showed Brittany jimmying our high-rise window with a crowbar 20 stories up, rappelling from the roof like some deranged spy. She didn't get in but left scratches on the glass spelling mine. Police dismissed it as vandalism without entry, but we knew better. Her obsession deepened into pathology. Ryan, her ex, invited us to his place secretly. "Look at this," he said, pulling up hidden files she'd sent him by mistake. Videos of Brittany in her apartment, walls covered in our wedding photos, my face clawed out with red marker, Charlotte's circled in hearts, then crossed with knives. She monologued to a mirror. "They'll pay for betraying me. Alex was mine first. Charlotte's just a thief." Hours of rehearsals, practicing screams, plotting scenarios where she'd rescue me from my mistake. Manic energy defined her now. She blackmailed allies, threatened Ryan's job with old nudes if he didn't feed her info, hacked into Charlotte's best friend Lisa's socials, posting fake confessions of infidelity. Lisa called sobbing. "She's ruining my life to get to you." Brittany infiltrated our couple's retreat weekend, posing as a staffer, spiking our drinks with laxatives during dinner. Humiliating chaos ensued as guests fled the bathroom lines. We canceled the trip, holed up at home, paranoia peaking. Every notification buzzed like a bomb. Shadows outside our Chicago windows felt alive. Realization hit. This wasn't jealousy. It was a war of attrition. Terror gripped our days. Sleep evaded us, replaced by nightmares of her breaking through. Yet glimmers of hope emerged. More exes reached out. Mark from college, who transferred states to escape her decade ago. He shared court docs from his own stalking case, patterns identical, infiltration, manipulation, endless pursuit. "She's a black hole," he warned. "Sucks in everyone until nothing's left." We formed a group chat. Survivors united, swapping evidence. Timestamps proving her gym spying predated our breakup. Audio of her raging voicemails. Charlotte's family finally cracked. Her mom confronted Brittany at a coffee shop. Phone recording. "This stops now." Brittany's response? A hysterical laugh, admitting she'd bought duplicate wedding gowns months ahead, practicing crashes in her mirror. "They deserve it. Alex promised forever." The recording went to police, adding weight. Our evidence binder swelled, 200 pages of logs, video statements. We hired a PI who uncovered Brittany's therapy dropout, off meds for bipolar, fueling the mania. One night, she attempted the ultimate invasion. Dressed as a delivery driver, she slipped past lobby security with a package bomb threat scrawled on it. Building evac'd. Bomb squad found it fake, but her fingerprints everywhere. Arrested again, she ranted in custody. "I'll never stop. They're my family." Handcuffed, her unhinged monologue chilled the officers. We watched the body cam footage later, her eyes wild, promises of eternal vengeance. Terror morphed into grim determination. "We're ending this," I told Charlotte, pulling her close. Our bond, tested in hellfire, emerged unbreakable. But as allies rallied, I sensed the storm's eye. Brittany's desperation would lead to something explosive, something that could shatter us forever if we didn't strike back soon. As the body cam footage replayed Brittany's unhinged promises of vengeance, our survivors group chat exploded with activity. Mark, Ryan, and now 2 more exes. Ethan from her high school days and Kyle from a brief college fling shared war stories that mirrored ours. Initial charm dissolving into control, breakups triggering months of stalking, reputations shredded through whispers and leaks. "She's a pattern predator," Ethan typed, attaching decade-old police reports of her slashing his tires and faking emergencies to lure him back. Kyle added audio clips of her midnight calls, voice warped with rage. "You'll never escape me." We met in a dimly lit Chicago bar, faces grim under neon lights, piecing together a timeline that stretched back 15 years. Brittany's family history emerged too. Her aunt confided via encrypted email that enabling parents had covered up incidents since adolescence, hoping therapy would fix what meds couldn't. Empowerment surged through us. Charlotte and I led the charge, compiling a digital fortress of evidence, cloud folders bursting with 500-plus items, hacked email threads, crowbar footage timestamps, blackmailed witness statements, even PI reports tracing her off-med spiral to a dropped prescription 6 months prior. Lisa, Charlotte's best friend, designed an app for real-time logging, turning our phones into vigilant sentinels. "No more reacting. We anticipate," I declared, as the group nodded in solidarity. Brittany's mom broke ranks fully, smuggling us photos of her daughter's war room. Apartment walls papered with our lives, stolen social media prints, annotated with delusional notes like, "Day 47, break their trust." The pattern screamed pathology, not just pettiness. Resistance solidified into action. We leaked select evidence anonymously to mutual circles, countering her smears with facts. Deepfakes debunked by forensics apps. Vandalism tied to her car's GPS pings. Workplaces ramped up. My boss installed panic buttons after her spoofed calls escalated to bomb threats. Charlotte's hospital banned her image from all entrances, revoking her volunteer badge she'd faked to infiltrate shifts. Exes warned her new dates via burner accounts. "Run. She's poison." Brittany's isolation deepened. Social media followers dropped as truth surfaced. Her victim posts flagged and deleted en masse. But desperation bred bolder strikes. One midnight, alarms wailed. Brittany had scaled our building's fire escape, smashing a window with a brick wrapped in notes. "Forever or nothing." Glass shards everywhere, but she fled before cops arrived, leaving blood from a cut hand. DNA match confirmed. The group mobilized. Ryan staked out her place, catching her packing weapons into a duffel, muttering plans for final confrontation. We alerted authorities, but she vanished for days, heightening our dread. The climactic showdown hit in our high-rise lobby, A marble expanse turned battlefield. Brittany burst through the doors during a storm, soaked and wild-eyed, wielding a knife from her bag. "You all betrayed me!" she shrieked, lunging toward the elevator where Charlotte waited. Residents froze. Security tackled her mid-stride, but she slashed wildly, nicking a guard's arm. Blood sprayed as she raved. "Alex is mine. Charlotte's the thief." Her parents, tipped off by our PI, arrived mid-chaos, faces ashen. "Enough, Brittany. This ends," her dad bellowed, wrestling the knife away. She collapsed sobbing, oscillating between pleas. "I love him. Help me get him back." And threats. "I'll kill us all first." 911 sirens wailed closer. Charlotte emerged, voice steady. "Get help or lose everything." Brittany's suicide bluff followed. She grabbed a shard of lobby vase she'd shattered, pressing it to her throat. "Without him, I'm nothing." Paramedics burst in, restraining her as she thrashed, her breakdown broadcast live by a resident's phone. Viral humiliation she couldn't spin. Cuffed and sedated in the ambulance. Her eyes locked on me one last time, a mix of hatred and hollow defeat. As tires screeched away, the lobby exhaled. Our alliance had held, the storm's core exposed, but victory felt Pyrrhic. Brittany's rock bottom was our fragile dawn, with more shadows lurking if she didn't shatter completely. As the ambulance lights faded into Chicago's rainy night, a tense calm settled over our high-rise. Brittany's parents lingered in the lobby, faces etched with regret, promising to enforce her inpatient admission at a facility 2 hours north. "She's off meds again. Bipolar episodes like this, we're forcing treatment," her dad muttered, handing us a cease and desist draft from their lawyer. We nodded, exhausted, but the alliance buzzed. Group chat notifications lit up with relief. Ryan suggested a low-key debrief at his place. Charlotte and I agreed, craving normalcy. For 48 hours, silence held, no texts, no shadows. We dismantled interior cams, slept without jolts, even laughed over takeout. "Maybe it's over," Charlotte whispered, curling into me. But Brittany's desperation had one more twist. On day 3, returning from groceries, we found our apartment door ajar, forced open, splintered wood framing the entry. Inside, chaos. Drawers ransacked, photos smashed. But the real horror, our cat, Whiskers, Charlotte's emotional anchor since college, gone. A ransom note on the counter, scrawled in Brittany's looping script. "Want your furball back? Meet me alone, Alex. Midnight. Abandoned warehouse on 47th. Come back to me or it dies slow." Attached, a photo of Whiskers caged, eyes wide in terror. Charlotte collapsed sobbing. I dialed the group. "She's faking a kidnapping. To force reunion," Ryan said, voice steady. "Classic escalation. We trap her." Panic surged, but resolve hardened. Lisa hacked Brittany's old iCloud. From shared passwords Ryan remembered, pinpointing her location via pet cam feeds she'd stolen earlier. Police were looped in. Detective from prior reports took it seriously. "Animal cruelty plus stalking. We'll raid." We played along. I texted Brittany agreement, buying time. Hours ticked like bombs. Charlotte paced, whispering Whisker's name, her horror mirroring mine. "If she hurts him..." She trailed off, fists clenched. The Alliance mobilized. Mark tailed her car remotely via app. Ethan fed false intel through a burner, luring her deeper. Midnight loomed. Cops set up perimeter around the derelict warehouse. Rusty silos looming under sodium lights. Graffiti warning intruders away. Brittany arrived first, duffel slung over shoulder, Whiskers' meows echoing from within. She paced the loading dock, knife glinting again, muttering rehearsals. He'll see. Charlotte's poison. We're meant to be. SWAT moved silent, shadows converging. I approached as bait, wired up, heart hammering. Brittany, this ends badly. Give him back. She lunged forward, eyes manic. You love me. Admit it, or the cat gets it. Frantic, she waved the blade near the cage. That's when floodlights blazed. Police, drop the weapon! Shouts erupted. Brittany froze, then bolted inside, clutching the duffel. Chaos unfolded. SWAT, breached doors, flash bangs popping, her screams piercing the night. No, he's mine. Gunfire? No. Just tasers crackling as they cornered her in a storage room, knife clattering to concrete. Whiskers yowled safe in his carrier amid the standoff. Cuffed again, Brittany unraveled completely. I did it for us. Fake the kidnap. Force the truth. Body cams captured her confession, admitting pet theft, prior break-ins, even planting trackers in our cars weeks ago. Relief washed over us as Whiskers was reunited, purring into Charlotte's arms outside the warehouse. Cops hauled Brittany away, this time to psych hold pending charges. Burglary, animal endangerment, violating the fresh restraining order. Her parents arrived post-raid, witnessing the fallout. We'll commit her long-term, her mom vowed, tears streaming. The group gathered at dawn in our lobby, toasting weak coffee. Horror faded to cathartic release. We turned her trap against her, but as Whiskers curled safe, I sensed the stakes toll. Our limits tested, bonds unbreakable, yet scars lingering. This fake abduction wasn't just drama, it was Brittany's final plea, intensifying our vow. No more shadows, only forward. With Brittany's psych hold dragging into weeks, we braced for the courtroom battle. The restraining order hearing loomed in a stark Chicago courthouse. Fluorescent lights buzzing over worn benches packed with our alliance. Ryan, Mark, Lisa, even her weary parents. Charges piled high. Stalking, burglary, animal cruelty from the Whiskers fiasco, plus violations galore. Brittany entered shackled, makeup smeared, eyes darting like a trapped animal. Her lawyer pleaded diminished capacity, citing bipolar lapses, but our evidence binder, now 300 pages thick, loomed on the prosecutor's table. The judge, a stern woman with wire-rimmed glasses, called order. Witnesses lined up. I testified first, voice steady, recounting the diner humiliation, beach crash, hacks, break-ins, the knife-waving lobby meltdown. She turned our life into a nightmare, I said, projecting security footage of her crowbar attempts, the warehouse standoff. Charlotte followed, tears glistening as she described Whiskers' terror, the deepfakes shredding her career. I invited her to our wedding, hoping for peace. She wore my gown and spiked the punch. Gasps rippled. The judge leaned forward. Brittany's turn exploded. From the stand, she started composed. It was love. They stole it from me. But cracks showed, rambling about eternal bonds, admitting rehearsals in mirrors, the duplicate dresses bought premeditated. I faked the kidnapping to prove Alex still cares. Charlotte's the manipulator. Her voice rose to shrieks, pounding the rail. I'll never stop. He's mine forever. The courtroom froze. Her lawyer tried intervening, but she collapsed sobbing, confessing everything. The vandalism, blackmails, even planting bugs in our honeymoon luggage we'd missed. I can't help it. Without him, I'm empty. Bailiff restrained her as she lunged toward us, wailing betrayals. The judge hammered for silence, face thunderous. This is pathological obsession, she ruled, granting permanent restraining order, mandating 180-day inpatient psych treatment, no contact probation for years. Brittany's breakdown sealed it. Paramedics sedated her mid-rant, wheeling her out amid flashes from media who'd caught wind. Vindication hit like a wave. Charlotte squeezed my hand, whispering, "It's over." Outside, allies hugged, the weight lifting. Pity mingled with relief. Brittany's confession exposed her torment, but our scars demanded distance. As we left the courthouse steps, rain clearing to sun, hope flickered. Recovery ahead, though courtroom echoes warned of fragile peace. The courtroom victory marked our turning point, sunlight piercing Chicago's clouds as we descended the steps, alliance in tow. Brittany's mandated treatment kicked in. 180 days inpatient, monitored meds stabilizing her bipolar swings, no contact enforced by probation officers. Her parents updated sporadically. She's confronting demons, progress slow but real. We exhaled, fragile peace settling like fresh snow. Recovery unfolded gradually. We dismantled the fortress. Interior cameras unplugged, alarms dialed down, our high-rise apartment reclaiming its warmth. No more hypervigilance. Sleep returned unbroken, whiskers purring at our feet without jolts. Charlotte suggested group therapy. Our survivors circle, Ryan, Mark, Lisa, Ethan, Kyle, agreed. Weekly sessions in a cozy downtown office, sharing scars under soft lighting. "We weren't victims. We're victors," Ryan affirmed, his voice steady. Huddles turned supportive. Mark detailed his decade-old escape, inspiring Ethan to file old reports for closure. Laughter crept in, jokes about Brittany's war room walls, turning terror to triumph. Emerging hope bloomed. Workplaces healed. Charlotte's hospital colleagues organized a welcome-back lunch, erasing deepfake doubts with solidarity toasts. My clients flooded back, praising resilience in reviews. Social media cleansed. Fake accounts reported, our story shared selectively as cautionary inspiration. "Boundaries save lives," Charlotte posted, garnering supportive DMs from strangers touched by similar tales. Normalcy reclaimed routines. Grocery runs, sans shadows, yoga classes, pure zen, evenings strolling Millennium Park hand in hand. We varied paths less from fear, more from joy. Picnics by Lake Michigan, whiskers leashed for adventures. Therapy unearthed growth. I learned empathy's limits. Charlotte embraced assertiveness. "This forged us unbreakable," she murmured one sunset, her head on my shoulder. The surprise hit mid-session. Charlotte paused during shares, hand drifting to her stomach. Amid chaos, life persisted. Tears welled. Positive test confirmed weeks ago, kept secret till stability. "We're pregnant." Room erupted, joyful whoops, warm embraces enveloping us. Lisa squealed, planning baby showers. Ryan clapped my back. New beginnings, man. Emotions surged, renewal tangible, a tiny heartbeat symbolizing triumph over trauma. "Boy or girl?" Mark teased. We shrugged, savoring mystery. Gratitude overflowed. Dinners with the group evolved from debriefs to celebrations, barbecues on our balcony, toasts to shedding chains. Brittany's echoes faded. Her treatment reports noted breakthroughs, apologies drafted, though undelivered per order. Pity lingered, but distance protected. As bellies grew, Charlotte's rounding softly. Hope solidified. From betrayal's ashes, family flourished. Scars remained, but they mapped strength, guiding us forward. Peace wasn't perfect, but earned. New life blooming, unbreakable bonds lighting the path. Months later, our Chicago high-rise balcony buzzed with a makeshift backyard party, skyline twinkling instead of stars, grills sizzling burgers. Alliance gathered, Lisa organizing games, Ryan engaged to a kind soul, Mark with his family, Ethan and Kyle sharing laughs. Charlotte's belly rounded prominently at 28 weeks. She moved gracefully, hand cradling the bump, whiskers weaving between legs. Brittany's parents video called briefly. She'd graduated treatment, med compliant, relocated to California for fresh start. Apologies read genuine, but no reconciliation. Boundaries held sacred. Healings ongoing, her mom said. We wished well. Screens off. Sarah, Lisa's new alias in our tales, led the toast as sunset faded. From betrayal to this, choosing love over fear. Glasses clinked. Life lessons crystallized, erect boundaries swiftly to shield relationships from toxicity, address mental health early, seeking professional aid without delay, harness resilience to alchemize suffering into unbreakable strength and deeper bonds. Conversation shifted to baby names, holidays ahead, hands linked over Charlotte's stomach, kicks fluttering like promises. Trauma's shadows receded. Chosen family shone brighter. Love prevailed, not despite the storm, but because we weathered it together. Months blurred into a serene rhythm. Post-party, Chicago's seasons shifting as Charlotte's pregnancy advanced smoothly to full term. We welcomed our daughter Mia in a quiet hospital room, her tiny cries echoing triumph over past chaos. The alliance celebrated via video toasts. Ryan's wedding plans shared, Lisa's promotion cheered, our chosen family expanding. Brittany's updates remain distant. Outpatient therapy in California, stable on meds, no violations. Her parents noted genuine remorse, but we maintain no contact, prioritizing peace. Life lessons echoed daily. Boundaries aren't walls, but bridges to healthy love. Early intervention in mental health prevents spirals. Resilience isn't enduring alone, but weaving support nets that turn trials into testimonies of strength. Mia's first steps in our sunlit apartment symbolized forward motion, whiskers batting at her toys, laughter filling spaces once shadowed. Scars faded to stories told softly at gatherings, reminding us, from deepest betrayal blooms unshakable joy when love chooses light over darkness. Years rolled on in Chicago's gentle pace, Mia growing into a curious toddler, her laughter echoing through our home. Alliance bonds endured, annual reunions sharing updates, Ryan's family expanding, Lisa's career soaring, all crediting resilience forged in fire. Brittany's California life stabilized, therapy ongoing, a quiet job, rare family visits confirming no relapses. We forgave from afar, lessons ingrained. Protect love with firm boundaries, seek mental health support proactively, transform pain into purpose through community and courage. Mia's kindergarten graduation symbolized full circle, whiskers watching proudly, chosen family cheering. Betrayal's echoes silenced by joy's symphony. Love triumphs when light outshines darkness. Resilience birthing unbreakable futures. Mia's kindergarten graduation faded into memory, and Chicago's skyline became the backdrop for our thriving life. Now 7, Mia twirled through our apartment, her crayons sketching dreams on every spare paper. Our alliance, now a chosen family, gathered for summer barbecues on our balcony. Ryan with his newborn son, Lisa running her own startup, Mark coaching Mia's soccer team, Ethan and Kyle swapping travel tales. Laughter drowned out the city's hum, whiskers sunning lazily by Mia's side. Brittany's updates trickled through her parents. A stable life in California, engaged to a therapist who understood her past, still med-compliant. A single letter arrived, court approved, acknowledging her wrongs, no reply expected. We archived it, boundaries firm, lessons lived in us. Strong boundaries anchor love's safety. Early mental health care halts chaos. Resilience weaves pain into purpose. Community turning scars into stories of strength. Mia's bedtime tales now included our sanitized saga. The dragon who learned kindness, she called it, her innocence reframing our trials. As we tucked her in, Charlotte's hand found mine, Mia's soft snores blending with city lights. From betrayal's ashes, we'd built a fortress of joy, unyielding to shadows. Love, chosen fiercely, shone brightest, proving resilience and unity outlast even the deepest wounds. Mia's 8th birthday filled our Chicago high-rise with balloons and giggles, her friends from school chasing whiskers through a maze of streamers. The Alliance, our chosen family, arrived with gifts. Ryan's son toddling beside him, Lisa debuting her startup's new app, Mark coaching Mia's soccer moves in the living room, Ethan and Kyle planning a group camping trip. The skyline glowed gold through the windows, a testament to years of peace built on hard-won lessons. Brittany's shadow had all but vanished. Her parents' final update confirmed her California life held steady. Married now, running a small bookstore, therapy a constant. A court-monitored message arrived last spring, brief, sincere, thanking us for pushing her toward help. We didn't respond. Boundaries stood as love's quiet guardians. Mia, oblivious to the past, drew happy dragon pictures, her innocence sealing our story's redemption arc. Life's teachings wove into every moment. Set boundaries early to shield what matters. Seek mental health support before spirals consume. Lean on community to transform pain into enduring strength. As Mia blew out her candles, Charlotte's eyes met mine, a silent vow. We'd turned betrayal's ruins into a legacy of joy. Our daughter's laughter, the Alliance's chatter, the city's pulse outside, all proof that love, fiercely defended, outshines the darkest storms, building futures unbreakable by past shadows.